All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once more for our final race of the day. It is Monch versus Chuck Nicey. I am joined on the commentary desk now by Dojalix, who was just in the previous race. How are you feeling now, back on the commentary desk?
I feel much more at home being here doing commentary than I do running, which is really funny because I've been running this game for literally ever. But I don't know. I'm tired. I've had a kind of a long day and a long weekend, and honestly, kind of completely forgot about my race until
Nice.
right before it. But hey, we're here, and I'm excited to see Mach and Chuck go at it. Both of them just recently PBing here during our little bit of downtime. So this is going to be a really good. I think this is going to be a really good race. Both of these guys I know have put in a lot of heckin' work, and yeah, I think it's gonna be great.
Yeah, I agree. I think don't let the best race time fool you with Chuck's 38:23. I think he's well capable of knocking that down by at least 4 or 5 minutes very easily. So I think this could be, if everything goes Chuck's way, this race a much more competitive race than the best race time kind of alludes to. Both these runners, both PlayStation runners through and through. You can see there with the categories, only PlayStation runs on their leaderboards. And that pretty much brings us, yeah, straight into the race, I guess. So, yeah, close race, I think it will be, barring any crazy mistakes or crazy NPC instances. We seem to have a lot of NPC interference these last couple of races. So, we'll see if that continues on as we load into these next races. So, let me just make sure everyone's ready in the meantime, and we can get started very soon.
Hey, shout outs to everybody there. You both runners are using the Ben Riley costume. Love the homage to myself as the OG Ben Riley runner. Uh, Actually, I think it's the only one. I don't know. Maybe there are some other people who were using that setup before that costume before I started running the game. But being that I've ran this game since 2018, you just you, everybody else who was there's only a few people who were who are still active were still running at the time that I started. But either way, like we talked about, both of these runners are going to be getting in for a pretty close race. Monch has definitely been showing up with some crazy improvement over the 2 week break that we had. Going down to that 33:20, I think is what he just got like a day ago,
Mm-hmm.
bopping me, that absolute bum bopping me when I was supposed to be ahead of him. But that's okay. It's great. I'm excited to see it. Again, Chuck also just came off of a 2.5 minute PB as well. So this tournament has seen a lot of activity in the PB department. A lot of runners are PBing constantly, and it's been great to see it. Even if it is happening during the break, I still consider it part of the tournament because half the time they're PBing because they're focused on tournament prep and such. So it's been great, and it's one of my favorite things about speedrunning events like this because you can just see so many runners, even if they're runners who maybe don't place as well as they wanted to in the tournament, they're still coming out and getting these crazy PBs and bringing their time down, which above all, that's honestly kind of what these are for, is to just encourage runners to keep playing the game and get everybody to just continue to improve time and time again.
Indeed, and it looks like both runners are ready, so they will be starting very, very soon. As there we go, we're off to the races. Both runners starting us off, and we'll see straight away if there's any deviation. We see a lot of runners tending to go for the safer route of going straight forward in this first little bit. Monch having a unfortunate, I think, dropped input there, didn't quite swing as nicely and smoothly as he wanted to straight away, but nothing too big to worry about right now, as it looks like Monch. Oh, okay, Monch taking risky route. See if that pays off for him.
I'm always gonna say it. It's not worth it in a race, but Monch seems to be trying to make it work, but unfortunately, he struggled a little bit, and with that dropped input that he had at the start, it did help give Chuck just a little bit of an edge, but it's still so early that it pretty much is gonna still be considered a tie anyways.
For sure. And so both runners now making the way up to the top of the bank. Basically dead even at this point, not really making too much difference. As we said, Monch has slightly faster route, not giving him the slight lead that he wanted, but we'll see now. It looks like, oh, some left behind, or both. It's the same fella as well on both screens. Left behind. He's surviving in the multiverse. Can't be killed. Both runners now
We
in the
love
back.
seeing that. The NPCs in this game can be kind of trolly, especially in these early levels.
Yeah, the disaster can certainly be the case if the NPCs will it so, as Monch getting the sneaky out of bounds by using the zip upwards to get out of bounds, but Chuck unfortunately not able to get the zip or the swing
Oh,
after getting out of bounds.
Monch, for some reason, the game decided that Monch wanted to swing onto a chair, but still, he managed to save it and not fall. Nice save from him. And now we've got Chuck going for his out of bounds. He's able to get the deload this time. Hopefully, he doesn't run into any other shenanigans.
Yeah, just
I
needs to
know that
find this
he,
hostage. There it
yeah,
is.
which can be a little difficult.
Oh, and I don't know if he's
Oh,
realized. I don't think he saved the other hostage in the other room. I'm pretty sure that 4 out of 5 hostage isn't a bug. I'm pretty sure that's correct.
yeah, I think this
Yeah,
is
and he's
gonna
realized it
be
now.
yep. Oh no.
Yeah, the
You
drop
know,
kick
you
didn't
said
kill
this
him.
is gonna be a close race barring any major shenanigans, and now in the first 2.5 minutes of the race, you've managed to cast a curse, Chuck.
Damn. Well, if anyone potentially deserves a caster curse, maybe it is Chuck after all. So maybe this is karma coming back to him, having caused so many caster curses himself. He's yeah, that was almost basically perfect, apart from the second hostage not being saved due to the fact that he dive kicked this guy who he was supposed to web ball just then, which unfortunately didn't kill him, and unfortunately then meant the hostage did not run. So commanding lead now for Monch as a result, but at least this time Chuck will manage to get through to the end of the level and take the elevator.
Oh, Chuck is just gonna get the whole mess up and then die a little bit, but that's okay. It happens in this game. This game is, it's it still continues to just blow my mind as to how punishing this game can be, especially when you get into the skips and you can see Chuck, having even just like one fail on hostage situation can be 30 seconds right there. So it's, oh my goodness, Mon almost falling but keeps himself alive. Beautiful save there. Holy cow.
Yeah, really cutting it close there, but gives, I guess, took some slight time to catch up here as Monch will make his way over to Scorpion now, though. But look, let's see. We'll get a good bomb. Caught on the metal detector slightly there. Like maybe a 135. Ooh, no, okay, 136. I'll take that. That's
Come
fine.
on, Chuck's better than that 135.
Yeah, my bad. My bad for sure. All right, Monch. Looking for the one cycle. Jonah Jameson hiding behind that plant. What a sneaky guy. Pops out. Last combo. And so this is a good chance now for Chuck to get a bit of time back. If Chuck can nail a one cycle, that will certainly bring him closer to closing the lead. There we go, Monch. No, not too slow on finishing him off. Chuck taking a
Oh
few
my
bullets in the
gosh.
air. That's fine. Making his way over to the Daily Bugle. See if he can nail these swings around these buildings. These swings aren't to be underestimated at all. Certainly some harder swings to catch sometimes if you don't quite get the right angle or if you fall too low. As, oh gosh, Chuck nearly did then. Nearly just completely cursed him
Oh my
once
goodness.
again. That's fine. It looks like he's all good now. And will make his way to Scorpion. In the meantime, Monch, great movement through the police chase. Will hop over the top of that little box where the enemies come out. I don't know. Were they hiding in there the whole time? Is there supposed to be like a lift in there? I'm not sure, but there was 2 people in there for some reason. And we don't question it. That's fine. Chuck.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's an elevator.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine then. Okay. Oh, Chuck takes a
Oh!
punch.
Oh my
Jameson's
gosh.
still not through the door though. Oh my
How?
days.
How did he get that through?
And now he goes through. Oh, okay. Wow. Well, it seems Jonah Jameson playing favorites today.
Oh my gosh, that was crazy. I was not expecting Chuck to be able to pull that out. You know, JJJ just said, all right, I'm fine hanging out here, despite the fact that Spider-Man got absolutely socked in the face by Scorpion, which is something that, like, I've always kind of just attributed, like, you get hit by Scorpion, you're gonna lose the cycle just because JJJ takes that opportunity to just book it. But Chuck ended up getting really, really lucky there, and Scorpion definitely showed him that, or JJJ showed Chuck that he wanted to be his friend.
Yeah, it seems so. I wonder what it was that did he stop because he was stuck in that scared animation? Did he stop just because he ran somewhere else? I'm really not sure what caused him to not run through that door then, but it is a miracle, it would seem, and you always hope for the little miracles, especially in Chuck's case when he is behind at the minute. He's hoping for all the miracles he can as Monch, all of a diagonal swing there, very nice, through the window, making his way over to the girder, which will be potentially the next major skip for both runners. We'll see if Monch opts to employ the flying spider, or if he'll take it nice and steady and take the regular route. Out to find out.
Flying spider on scale of the girders is so interesting because I feel like sometimes it just doesn't work regardless of how good your lineup is. I don't know. I could be wrong on that. But either way, Monch is going to be opting to just take the regular route. Makes sense, especially for somebody like Monch who has been running this game for uh, since I think like 2019 or something like that. He's
Mm.
probably the second most experienced, or no, yeah, he's probably the second most experienced runner besides myself. Maybe Nilo might have a little bit more experience. I honestly don't know when Nilo started running on PC, but either way, uh, it just that first route without having to do the spider fly can just come down to just nice, relaxed muscle memory. So it definitely is interesting to see. Like, it's nice to see
Oh.
that, especially if runners just sticking to what they know.
Yeah, I got a bit scared there for Chuck. He jumped, a bullet hit him, but he was still on the ground, luckily enough, and did not fall to his death. Nice zip there onto the mini girder and up to the larger girder to scale. As Monch successfully closes out the police chase levels, we'll move on to Rhino, so we'll see how smoothly that goes for him. Rhino potentially a bit of a time sink if things don't go well and if you get stuck doing anything, any animations that don't quite work out. If you get punched a few times, it looks like Chuck is going for the flying spider. Let's see if this does pay off for him. Oh, 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 got it, but didn't
It
quite
got like
able to complete it. He just got stuck in like the animation for too long.
Yeah, I've noticed that sometimes that can happen when going for just any of the spider flies, where just sometimes Spidey will like cancel the zip like slightly before the swing is supposed to happen, and will get really confused as to what he's supposed to do. So he's like trying to go for a zip. It's almost like the game is fighting over whether or not he wants to zip or not. And so that's where you get that like awkward flying spider where it doesn't always happen, but you're just kind of like suspended almost. It's a really weird phenomenon. I had it happen a lot to me while I was practicing specifically the tunnel crawl version.
Aha, right. Yes, interestingly, one that can cause a bit of issues as it has for Chuck here then, as he's then opted to take the normal route straight away, didn't go to reset it or anything like that. So just one level, or I guess two levels technically separating these two runners now. Chuck getting a bit stuck on the buildings. I think we'll hopefully, oh, I was going to say stick to that crane. He opted not to, and the momentum unfortunately killed because he stuck to the building earlier, meant that he was stuck, falling straight down and didn't have enough movement to swing out at the end. So unfortunate for Chuck, will fall even further behind now as a result. But Monch in the meantime, inside the building with Venom, making good pace, 10:33 at the minute, making his way towards the first Venom fight. It's looking pretty good for him. Let's see how quickly he can close out this final half of this level. Nice swings from Chuck. We'll complete the level this time. No issues there.
Monch is sitting at a really nice, comfortable lead right now, especially since he managed to get through the harder parts of Venom. And I like Monch here playing this a little bit safer, not trying to go for a really, really long, extended stretch of swings, because I have had multiple moments where I have fallen and died at like the very end. So it's nice to see that. Nice to see that that worked out for him there, especially with him taking that a little bit safer.
Sure. And it looks like Chuck is taking a bit of a beating from Rhino. Takes a few punches there, but will play through him now. Both runners on a boss fight, but not the same one. Monch is ahead still. And will remain ahead, I imagine, for a little bit now. I'm not sure, barring any deaths, much that could go wrong potentially for Monch now, as we kind of make our way to the subway first of all before things get a little crazy. Tips. Chuck, I like that Chuck takes this outside route. It's always very stylish, as long as he doesn't fall. Of course, it looks like he. Oh, he's a bit all over the place, but it's okay.
He's
Saved
got it.
himself there.
Easy.
We'll use targeting mode to give himself a bit of a swing upwards there. And just ahead, but that is not too bad at all. Monch taking the safe route with the pipes. In the meantime, on the left-hand side, wonder how he will fare going into God pipes then. I wonder if he'll clear those pipes as we'd expect him to, or if he'll get stuck. I think have we seen God pipes yet this round today at all? I don't think anyone's managed to get through clean yet.
No. I got close, but I had to play it safe.
Yeah, I think rightly so.
At the very end, so.
Right, well, Monch potentially then, the first one of the night to hit God pipes. He's gonna, I'm sure, go for it. No reason not to. Taking some wider swings here. Down the pipe. Let's see now. Lining up. And it begins. Oh.
Got the second pipe. Got the third one. Oh, that's beautiful.
Last one, but that's fine. That is fine. That takes him through. Not quite the flawless.
You definitely take that
touch,
to run any day.
But yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Looking very nice for him. He'll make his way onto the subway as Chuck prepares to fight Venom. See, hopefully, a nice clean 3 cycles for Chuck. Hopefully no dropped inputs. No silly attacks from Venom. Hopefully quick spawn as well. Yep, there he is. There's Chuck. I'm not sure what Chuck was doing there.
I think he was going for the cartridge, but then the instinct of Venom spawns, so you immediately go for the L2 lock-on. And then, so he was locked onto Venom, but then lost track of where the cartridge was and ended up on the wall.
I think you're right. Well, luckily enough... Oh, okay, I cursed him instantly. About to say that was a really good spawn, at least for the last one. Fortunately, missing the final attack, which will slow him down a little bit. But we'll move now on to the sewers. In the meantime, Monch hugging the homies on his way through the subway. Let's see. Well, Chuck, this is where I always wonder, like, the mindset of other people who are potentially behind. I don't know if Chuck knows he's behind. I wonder if he potentially thinks he's behind just because of the mistakes and the things that have gone wrong already this run. I wonder, like, do you then push for, like, slightly harder strategies, slightly riskier strategies to try and get the lead back? You continue to play it safe in the hope that your opponent takes risky strats and potentially fails? I don't know. I think it varies from runner to runner, but looks like Chuck will take this first bit, at least, of the pipes here nice and safe. And we'll then prepare the God pipes coming up next.
I think when it comes to the, like, do you choose to go for those harder strats versus choosing to maybe play it safer? I mean, no matter what, it comes down to be a bit of a gamble, because if you could play it safe and Monch could theoretically flip through the train and die here, and just like that, Chuck is now within striking distance, or Munch could struggle at Bugle Basement or something like that, and Chuck, just sticking to some safer strats, could come back. Or Munch could just continue to be on this tear that he's on, because so far we haven't really seen any major mistakes from Munch. And so then from there, Chuck has to make that decision of, is it worth it to try and go for these crazier strats? Chuck managing to stay alive on those pipes. Doesn't quite get the god pipes, but either way, you don't die, and when you get that low, it can get real scary.
Yeah, I think the floor of that level is very deceiving. It's a lot higher than I think you probably imagine it is, looking at it from a spectator point of view. But Chuck did make it through nice and safely. Will make his way onto the subway, and in the meantime, Monch, the craziness begins as skips galore now from this kind of level onwards. First one coming up at this gate. Not opting to try and go the quick route through of skipping through before he hit that cutscene. It looks like he's going to line it up in targeting mode. Lizards are being kind. No attacks from any lizards. Oh, but doesn't hit the lineup straight away. Here we go. Attempt number 2. And gets through this time. Okay, so slightly slower than Monch would hope. But does make it through. And a nice zip as well to finish off. Make his way over to Hidden Switch.
That
Chuck
is
is inside the
that's
homies.
beautiful.
And is building some more Lego. Excellent. I think, if I remember right, this is what he was building the last time we saw him 2 weeks ago. Continuing on to build in the downtime. Monch taking the Fetty route.
The Fetty.
Nice. Makes it through fairly quickly as a result. Now, I wonder if Chuck is planning on doing this every subway, how long this Lego will take to build in the end. I imagine a fairly long time. Looks like quite a big piece.
But hey, he's using the instructions, so he's looking good. Monch going for that one cycle tunnel crawl. Let's see if this works out for him. He's got a good few zips right away. He's looking good. Hopefully, he's able to get these next few zips, but he's not. Interesting to not. He's opting to take 2 cycles. Okay.
Yeah, I think he must thinking that he didn't quite get what he wanted on that first half of the tunnel crawl, and so instead of opting to try and rush it, we'll just take the 2 cycle, keep it safe. That'll certainly keep him ahead for the time being. I think the right choice for Monch there to take the 2 cycles, opposed to trying to rush the 1 cycle and potentially dying. So we'll see now then. Will he opt to make up time with a... Oh my days. Okay, that was a good recovery.
Hello.
I thought he was swinging straight into the water there. Scared me slightly. Okay, looking to try and set up Flying Spider here. A bit further left than most people set this trick up for, but he's now flying to the moon. And needs to... There we go.
He's got that zip, yep. About to say, he had that same animation that Chuck ended up having on Scale the Girders, where he hadn't quite completely started flying, and Spidey wasn't really sure what to do with himself, so he likes to try and opt for another... he likes to try and go for another zip or another swing. And so that's where, especially when you're already in that out of bounds portion, at that point, you're more than likely just going to end up swinging right back in bounds.
Yeah, I think Monch was hoping for the RKO straight to the bottom floor and to the skip as intended, but unfortunately flipped straight back into the tunnel above, which meant he just had to go the regular no skips route. Chuck looks like in good position potentially to zip straight through if he doesn't want to take the aiming route, but Lizard's being cruel. Let's see if he's got enough time to squeeze through. It looks like the Lizards are just hitting the floor. That's nice of them. And we'll make it through this time. Targeting mode proving useful, as it always does. Unfortunate zip there to the wall. We'll slow him down slightly on this approach to hidden switches, but in the meantime, Mr. Monch in the Lizard's maze. Trying to get zips where he can. A nice long zip there towards this next bit of the tunnel. Now only an out of bounds remains between him and the second Venom fight. Look, struggling to get in at the minute. Not
Chuck
quite
with the nice
yet.
hidden switches.
Oh, I think... Oh, no, not quite. Okay, right, Munch. Not having a great time with this bit. Oh, there we go. He's out of bounds. Oh, but
Oh
he's fully out of
no!
bounds. Fully out of bounds and doesn't realize, I don't think, quickly enough to recover that. And so we'll need to restart the level again. And on the other side, Chuck, dying to the tunnel crawl, didn't get any zips that he wanted to. And so we'll run this back. Both runners dying on their respective levels. Not ideal for either of them. I guess especially for Chuck, as he was hoping to maybe pull a bit of a comeback. And falls in the water again.
No.
Oh, this is really unfortunate now. Chuck. Attempt number 3 on tunnel crawl. It is one of the harder levels. Known that way for a reason.
Oh my goodness. Monch almost got the YOLO clip again, but kind of panicked and zipped back and kept himself alive this time. But that was, look, he could have very easily had another repeat and ended up dead.
Yeah, takes it nice and smoothly, luckily. Into Venom 2 now. Some nice zips from Chuck this time. We'll take him to the end of tunnel crawl. And will he opt? Try and save some time, make some time up via the flying spider. I'd like to think he will. He is one who tends to attempt it from time to time. Yeah, looks like going for it. Setting up the positioning. A bit lower, yeah, that's where roughly you need to be. Kind of in line with that corner there. Gets the line up. Oh, swings a bit side to side, side to side.
Oh, he's up, he's up.
He's up. He's across, he's down, he's around. And here we go. Right, so he just needs to turn around and run back. He's done it.
Nice.
Very good. In the meantime, though, Monch,
and I guess Venom played really nice for Monch, too.
Yeah, some really nice spawns for Monch. Means he clears through that very, very fast. And now Chuck. Oh, this is what we like to see. All right, he's going to go under. Going under. Just needs to... Okay, I think he's found the lineup. That was a bit scary there. Oh, and he's through. He's done it.
Wow.
Oh,
you can see the look on his face. I don't think he was ready for himself to be pulling that off. And I got to tell you, I was not ready for that either. Chuck pulling out the big tricks here.
This is what he needs. This is what he needs to get back. And clearly confident enough that even though he's not had great success with some of the skips so far, clearly confident enough to go for that one. As Monch, second time around, gets the out of bounds there successfully. And now needs to jump to this door, which he famously has trouble with, and has trouble with again. Willie Fetty in the chat needs to have a word with him. Tells him every time where to jump, and Monch just doesn't look like he has much luck jumping at the end. And so it looks like he's actually just going to opt for no skips route. Right. Chuck really has a good opportunity now. Pull this back a little bit. Oh, gosh. Oh, he's through. No.
Oh, no.
Oh, Chuck. No, this was his moment to pull it back.
I think one of the hardest things for runners is when they get that insta clip and they overclip, is they just panic and don't hold right, which I will admit, I am very much an offender of that. But it is something that you have like maybe a full second before you realize that you have overclipped and you're dead.
Yeah, that's it. It doesn't give you much chance to react. And so if you don't expect it, it's not a great time. As oh gosh, he was out again there. Okay, here we go. He's in. Little turn. That's the one. Just needs to find his way across now. That looks to be right. He is across. All right. Now safely over to Venom 2. Monch having a great time. In the meantime, he's now over in the presses, attempting to stop them as he swings his way to the final room in this level to get the out of bounds. Here he goes. There he goes. He's through, and that should, yes, just be enough. I wasn't sure. He got a bit caught, it looked like there on the garage door, but not enough that it doesn't cause him to not hit the skip. Look, with a nice first spawn for Venom.
Spawn. It's so hard when you get to like this stage in the run to figure out who in the heck to watch, because you got the Venom 2 happening on one side, you've got Monch lining up for bugle skip, especially now he's got the zip out of bounds.
Oh, swings inbounds.
Oh no, I think I just cursed him.
Yeah. Well, Chuck though Great success on Venom 2. Very, very nice. Gets the jump to nail the final hits on Venom. It looks like Chuck will then sail nicely into Symbiote's Infest Bugle. We'll see if he gets the skip. As Monch going for the backup now as a result of not hitting the initial out of bounds for Bugle Basement. Lining it up. Oh, isn't... Okay, doesn't quite get it that first time. Okay, Chuck. Some time to catch up now. Just needs to... These next couple of bits to go smoothly. Oh, just slightly short of the door and the wall. And it looks like Monch has managed it though this time. He's out of bounds. And just needs to nail this final jump. And does. Okay. Now Chuck, I don't think he's quite out of bounds enough. Oh, he is actually.
He's got it.
Wow, okay.
Easy.
Excellent
He's
backup strategy there from
jump,
Chuck. And gets the jump as well.
Got it.
Wow. Excellent backup strategy there from Chuck. Makes his way through that level without having to go the no-skips route, which is exactly what you want to see. Now let's just make sure he gets elevated nice and smoothly before this symbiote starts attacking. Dodges that first one. Will fall all the way to the bottom, I assume. Oh, no, look at this.
No.
The cheeky jump.
Oh, wait, what?
Oh, he's done it.
No way.
Oh, the cheeky little jump.
Gosh. Chuck is pulling out some legendary strats right now. You know, while he may be 2 levels behind, he's honestly caught up so much ground from coming up with all of just these crazy little skips here and there and just taking a lot of these strategies and just going for like the craziest versions of them that I was not anticipating him to be going for at all.
Twice now Monch has been caught by Mysterio as well. He's only got like a tiny bit of health remaining. This is really slowing him down now as Chuck's looking to closing the lead, only a level behind now. And he's still struggling. Trying to get to the top. The electricity, he's not having it. Oh, nearly got caught again there. Monch, this is not looking good for him. I mean, he's nearly dead as well, which he's got to be careful of here. Okay. Whoa. Pulls out Mysterio safely.
Was not playing nice.
Oh,
Chuck keeps himself in that. You take that. What is he going for?
What's going on?
No.
Oh, he's actually done it as well. I can't believe this. What am I seeing?
My gosh.
Chuck's a legend. I don't know what more to say. I can't believe he's just pulled this off.
This has to be one of the wildest races, one of the wildest runs of Chuck's career. Because that is absolutely insane.
Hey, Monch lining up for warehouse skip.
He
gets it.
Oh,
okay,
he's got it. He's got it. Okay.
Does get it. So, Chuck's still a level behind. A level or 2 now behind. Just needs to close this Mysterio out smoothly. And will, I think, be edging it very, very close to tying this lead up. It could all come down to the 1 cycle again, as it did for Yoris. So let's see. Mysterio down.
Beautiful Mysterio.
Oh, my days. Right. Okay, there's potentially a race on now, because it all comes down to these next couple of levels. Chuck just has to hit the waterfront warehouse skip, and then also potentially has to nail the 1 cycle. We've also got the Stop the Fog skip as well, which we know now. Will either runners employ that? I am not sure. But let's see. Chuck first of all.
I wouldn't be surprised if Monch pulls out Stop the Fog, because that is a strat that I know he really grinded out the IL for it for a while.
Of course, yeah. All right, here we go. Chuck takes the plunge. And gets it.
Oh, he's got it! Okay. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. This is going to come down to that 1 cycle. Because even if Monch pulls off the Stopping the Fog and Chuck doesn't go for it, it really doesn't save that much time. And so even if Chuck doesn't get it, but gets 1 cycle and Monch fails it, that right there could turn everything around.
Yeah, I wonder if Monch tried to go potentially for this strat here where you do the web ball and the button press on the first room, but accidentally pressed the web button first, and so had to swing to the second room to do that. Gosh, Very, very mean lasers on Chuck's end, catching him twice there before he can move on. Monch does manage to hit the stopping the fog skip, though. Skips an extra room. Saves a little bit of time there. Nice zip from Chuck. These lasers, gosh, man, headshots all over the place from these lasers. They are not being cruel, not being kind, sorry, to Chuck at all today. But onwards we go now. Chuck on stopping the fog, Monch on Dr. Octopus. Now, if Monch gets the one cycle, barring any crazy things that go wrong, I think Monch has this in the bag. Chuck just needs to clean this level out nice and quickly. Looks like he is going to opt for the stopping the fog skip as well. And so, we'll see if he can nail this and then nail a one cycle. Keep an eye on both runners at the minute, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. That's one. Needs to do that again. Two. And then one more should do the job.
And he's
Brilliant.
got
And Chuck
it.
has got it. Single room. All doors skipped. And here we go. Monch. The one cycle. It looks like he's in position to do it. Kick, punch. Oh, no. He's dropped the combo, I think.
Oh, no. He missed an input.
Oh, right. Oh, my days. Right. This could be really close now. Okay. Monch is still ahead. He's still ahead. But not by much at all now. Especially if Chuck hits the one cycle. This has gone really crazy, really quickly. And it's all thanks to Chuck's absolutely outstanding comeback. Mounted by the amazing skips that he's pulled off. So, Chuck now hoping, praying, preparing for this one cycle. Monch not too far behind.
This is one of those moments where I'm really hoping that Chuck isn't looking at the stream, because if he looks at the stream, he could put so much pressure on himself and psych himself completely out of this one cycle.
Monch has completed Dr. Octopus now. We'll move on to Carnage. Chuck needs this one cycle if he wants to catch up. Okay, Monch, and is struggling on Carnage. Hasn't got him straight in. This is another bit of delayed time. Gets him in fine, though, the second time. Here we go.
Chuck's got the dive kick. Oh, no.
The combo's all wrong. The combo's all wrong. It was a triple kicks. I think he did on both combos. Oh, that's so unfortunate. For it to come down to this. And it just not go his way. I think that pretty much solidifies Monch then as the winner, barring any crazy shenanigans. We won't count Chuck out yet, but it's looking real good for Monch right now.
It would take some like end of Monster Rock out of bounds from Monch, which he has had happen to him before.
It's true.
So I'm not going to say that it won't happen, but it certainly is not certainly is not something that happens often.
Yeah, exactly right. Let's see. Chuck just needs to close this out now. Nice and smooth. There we go. Right, gets the two. Collect the web cartridges on your way out. And let's hope for a smooth Carnage for him. Monch on his victory road now. Swinging through to the end of the game. We'll see if any shenanigans do occur. Hopefully not. Oh, nice little swag pull from Chuck. Was towards him though and not into the bubble. Kicks into the bubble. Oh no, not quite into the bubble this time though. Is he? He's not quite in the bubble there, I don't think. No, he's definitely not in the bubble. It looks like he is, but he's certainly not. So Chuck needs to give it a
Chuck
grab hold of him.
thinks he's in the bubble.
Okay, got him there. That
now
should.
He's
yeah, locked
definitely
in
the bubble.
Okay, Chuck praying for shenanigans. Monch praying for smoothness. Let's see who will take this away. But I'm pretty sure this is all on Monch to lose now. So, looking to close this out. 35-24 currently. Both runners just about a minute apart, I would say, between both runners finishing. Monch closing in the second half now of the race against Monster Rock.
This is definitely one of those moments where you really, like right now, if Monch were to just have an unfortunate out of bounds clip, that would be the race. And I already know that that is not that. I'm sure that's something that every runner, especially in a race, is like, hopefully this doesn't happen. It's like when you hit those random death corners on buildings where you just hit the corner and you're dead no matter what. But at this point, I don't think it is something that will be happening to Monch. It never usually happens this late in the level. I don't want to
Mhm.
jinx it, but I've already spoken it. So if it's going to happen, it's going to happen now.
On the home stretch, baby, as Munch is looking to close this out with a victory. Munch will advance, and I believe will face Sotalia in his next match as he closes it out in 36-38. GG to Munch. Will take the victory in this, what came down to a crazy couple of last levels.
Yeah, absolutely. To see how that went from being a what was looking like Monch was just going to run away with it from the very beginning with all the shenanigans that happened to Chuck during hostage situation. For Chuck to just pull out these crazy strats and bring it pretty close, honestly, all things considered. Chuck, as much as it would be rough to not win the race, honestly, if you're Chuck, you got to be feeling pretty good about that, about what he managed to pull off during this race.
Absolutely, especially with the bit of trouble that he had on some of the levels to still maintain the lead, still maintain a good time as well. 36-38, obviously a really good time still in a race setting. Really, really nice from him. We saw a lot of good techniques, a lot of smooth sailing on a lot of levels, not many risks taken, and not many mistakes made. So, well played to Monch. Chuck, I think we've got to commend, of course, the comeback spirit that he instilled in all of us as we were cheering him on towards the end there to make this race closer, which he certainly did do at the end here, with a lot of skips going his way, a lot of tricks going his way. I hope he doesn't feel too bad about this race because even though it was a bit rocky at the beginning, he certainly pulled it out at the end.
And I think he's going to be coming out with his fastest race time. It won't be by much, but I think he's going to pull that out.
Let's see, a 38:27 is what he ends on. Fastest race time looks like he's a 38:23, so not quite, only a couple of seconds away, but that is
Okay.
that is a race, ladies and gentlemen. That is the race, and that is all our race has done today. So hopefully, in just a second, we'll be able to speak to both of our runners to check in and see how they feel about those runs. But yeah, GG's all around. A really, really commendable effort by Chuck, despite the early shenanigans and things not going quite as well for him as he would have hoped. But here he is. All right, Chuck. GG, my friend. That was really, really, honestly, a lot closer than I don't know if you were watching the screen at the end. You really, really pulled it back and made it a really tight race towards the back end of this race.
I didn't watch the stream, but I was watching the chat, and the fact that I saw GG's to Monch while I was on Monster Rock made me feel a lot better about that run for sure.
Honestly, like it was especially because you had a lot of shenanigans in the early game, but then
Yeah.
you just pulled out some of the craziest things I think I was not mentally prepared for in the slightest. It was so cool to see.
Thank you. I am really happy with how Symbiotes Infest went. I'm happy that I was able to pull Bugle Basement out of my rear. Uh I, I was just and Waterfront Warehouse in first try. I was happy
Yeah, of
for it.
course, as well, yeah.
It seems like if I'm having a real bad race, Spider-Man is generous in giving me at least that. So
Indeed.
so there's that.
Now, Monch, you were today's winner, but it certainly wasn't without a few touch and go situations. How do you feel about your race?
Yeah, I recognize that myself. I mean, the breaking point I feel was on Lizard's Maze when I think that was the first death I had, and from then I was just downhill, I would say. But yeah, you just keep a clear head and forge on in a way. Yeah, there's certain skips I need to still practice, like symbiote skip. that's something I'm currently having some issues on, even on my off-stream runs. So yeah, but well, at least the first half I feel it was okay, so that's nice.
For sure. Yeah, I think both of you really respectable in a lot of areas. A lot of skips you made look very easy, and then a couple of situations where some were definitely smoother than others. I guess Chuck. Then first of all, is there anything that you were particularly happy with this run? And then what's the one thing that you think you need to go away and practice? If you could pick like one from either end of the spectrum.
Well, I'll start with what I need to practice. I that was the worst hostage situation I've had in months. I have I have not had that much trouble setting up the out of bounds in quite some time, and having to go through it twice because I missed the one hostage is is what killed me. If hostage situation had gone smoothly, that race would have been mine. But uh that's what I need to improve on. As far as what I feel really good about, I can't believe that again, Symbiotes Infest Bugle went as well as it did. I thought for sure that that was going to just die where it was, but I'm glad I was able to use the wall skip as a backup. And I am very happy about Waterfront Warehouse as well.
Yeah, and shout out to the elevator descent as well. You did the cheeky jump from the third floor as well. That was cool. That was cool to see. Well, Monch, you move on then in the winners bracket to face Sotalia. How do you feel then preparing now for our next opponent?
Well, after seeing my race today, I definitely need to practice a lot more for that. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing an intensive course. That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Definitely looking forward to that. Right. Well, I think barring any final questions from yourself, Zoe, we can look to say goodnight and wrap things up.
Nope, I think you guys did a great job. It was great to watch you guys. And it's been awesome to see how everybody has continued to just get better throughout this tournament. So GG's to both of you. I'm excited to see where you go from here.
Thanks.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Lovely. Yes. Thank you to Chuck and Monch for the race, and thank you to everyone who's participated in today's stream. It feels like we've had everyone in here from the Spider-Man crew at one point or another. We will be back tomorrow for a very exciting race, a very exciting rematch, actually, in Willy Fetty versus Stop Jesse. I am very excited to see this. I know Jesse has been putting the work in and been practicing, whereas I think Fetty, I'm not sure, has had much practice since his last race. So, I don't know if could be a surprise upset, could be a smooth sailing race for Fetty. We'll see. Find out tomorrow as we're back at 17:00 EST. That is EST. So make sure you're here for then. Otherwise, thank you to everyone once again, and we'll see you next time. Take care.